Mr. Sunshine, Kevin Smith. We're
I'm
rolling
back.
in.
I'm back.
This show, nobody's watching our show.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
That's 100%
That is absolutely
Tom
you.
McDermott.
That is absolutely you.
No, the question was how many of the
You're like,
people-
oh, look, nobody's watching.
It is.
You're saying if we went over to YouTube, no one would watch?
No, I'm saying that no one's going to watch if you switch to YouTube.
I think we should switch to YouTube.
There's nobody early in the morning scrolling through YouTube. It's too much of a time
High
requirement.
school kids before they go to
scroll
class.
through Facebook very easily.
How many people right now listening to our show are on the toilet? That's the question. It's like the morning, like
10%
constitutional, and then they're listening to Lockpot at the same time.
are watching. Even worse.
My
voice is good
There's
for-
no judgment here.
deal with
we all
constipation.
need to poop.
It's like drinking a cup of coffee, watching
Should I
Lockpod.
start a poll?
Yes.
Yes.
Should I start a poll? We were like rolling in hard.
Okay.
Why don't you welcome us to the show?
Poll is activated.
Welcome to
Sick.
Lockpot, everybody. Belgium's top-rated podcast.
Season 6, episode 10.
Is it?
Yes, it is. We're
Episode 149.
That's right. 149.
John, can
Let's
you
see.
believe it? You've
Are you watching on the toilet right now? I'm going to put no. I am not watching on the toilet right
I
now.
like how you know what? I'm the same way. We're voting honestly.
Oh, yeah.
in this poll.
There are a
Free.
couple of people who are saying yes.
Well, of course.
I said
it happens.
10%.
Like Wordle for me, that's toilet work.
Wow.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Thank you for that information.
Yesterday's
not
Wordle
want
was
to know
hard, wasn't
that.
it?
I forgot it again. It
was
twice
hard.
in a week. I forgot.
It was repeat letters which are hard and like a rando. Like I think
Oh,
there was
man.
a Z in it, if I remember correctly.
I did not. do
Wordle
it
was
yesterday.
yeah, dude. You're messing
I'm
up your
bummed.
streaks.
I know. I'm totally messing up my streaks. I'm not happy.
I know.
So yeah, episode 150 Friday.
Yeah,
What are we doing?
donuts. That's right.
We're getting a
We're
dunk
complaining.
tank.
We're going to complain about how few viewers
and we're
we
putting
have.
Dad in the dunk tank.
That would be great.
That's what I miss from the early campaign days.
The
is
steak
Dad
fries.
in the dunk tank.
Yeah.
That was my.
I really missed that.
It was like a holiday in my family.
People were throwing the baseball at me.
Yeah. Well, and if you couldn't hit the trigger, we would just run up and get them in there too.
It's true.
That happened all the
Classic.
time, which is bullshit, by the way.
No, it's amazing.
No,
they
it's
paid
bullshit.
for their
It is.
steak. They
That's
get
why.
to
I
That's
agree
why
with
we
the
don't
mayor.
do the
I
freaking dunk
agree with
tank
the mayor.
anymore, right?
No. They paid for their
What's
steak.
the whole purpose of paying per throw if you're just going to run up and dunk the mayor for like
That's not worth it.
you could get any non-athletic boob could go up there and do that, right?
It's supposed to raise a little
Just
bit
like,
of money.
oh, I can't throw it hard enough to activate the trigger. I'm going to just dunk
Run
the mayor.
up.
And the water was piss cold, man.
Yeah, it
like
was.
Because
it
it's
was
straight
freaking.
from the hose, bro.
It was straight from the hose, and they'd put ice cubes in it and shit. Like it was bullshit. It's like, and then they're like, "Why doesn't the mayor do the dunk tank anymore?" It's because you guys are assholes when I do the dunk tank.
It's got
you
a
dunk
slight
me for no
electrical
reason.
charge.
You friggin'
Oh, the
throw ice
steak
cubes
fry.
in there. Yeah,
Don't worry. There's no steak fry anymore.
No,
I agree.
I know. I
Why
miss
do you
it.
think? Why do you think there's no steak fry and no dunk tank? Is because when you abuse authority, after a while, it just goes away.
The authority says, F
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. I'm up here like hanging out. People are throwing baseballs at the cage, scaring the crap out of me.
Good.
And then they don't activate the trigger, and then they're like, just go up there and push it anyway.
Yeah, the annual steak fry was like Christmas in our family because all the boys and I would be able to just get our frustrations out
And dunk dad.
and dunk
That's
Dad
the
in
only day
tank.
we allowed them to eat. It was like Christmas.
Here you go,
can eat
Lindsay.
One
steak
day a
today.
year.
Here's
you
your
can
paper
have
plate.
steak.
You're
Here's
not
a
going to have
roll
gruel
and some
tonight, Lindsay.
corn.
It's steak for you, baby.
And watermelon.
Just for tonight. Enjoy.
Hey,
Back to the gruel
Delicious.
tomorrow.
The poll results are in.
Yo,
25% of our viewership is on the toilet.
that makes sense.
Wow.
I told you guys.
I
That
underestimated.
makes sense. I would be
It's
depressed.
It's easier to scroll on Facebook in the morning because it's not a big time requirement. Whereas on YouTube, if you pull up any kind of video, you're obligating yourself for at least a minute.
Not really. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think that people are
Ads.
going to be scrolling through in ads. So I think people are scrolling through Facebook more than they are.
I
on
think
YouTube in the
we get a
morning.
bigger audience on YouTube. I just do, and I think it becomes more of
You
a real
have
show.
you're basing this on
No, I think it's more of a
conjecture.
real
Like,
show.
This is,
I think it's more of a real show on YouTube. Like I think we're like too limited to
well, then
local.
let's just do Spotify and go the Joe Rogan route.
Why don't we try it? What if we tried it one day?
I think Dad's going to
And just
complain even
went.
more.
No,
because
I think
we're
we
not
could
gonna have
only.
as
Well, we
many
talked about doing
viewers.
simultaneous. So
yes.
right.
What do you think, John?
Yes.
All right. Simultaneous.
You
Hey,
should
but
do a
that'll
poll
increase
asking if we
viewership.
should
We'll
move
have
to YouTube.
Facebook and YouTube.
Right.
If
Should
it
I do
doesn't,
a poll?
Yeah, do a poll.
would you watch on YouTube?
Well, yeah, like
Well,
if we went
some
live
people
on YouTube
would have no
only.
choice. I mean, either that or they just give us up altogether.
Right.
I'd
Oh.
But
we
give
are
up-
getting
give up Lockpod?
we are getting most of our listens now is through Apple Spotify,
Yeah,
all that
it's
stuff.
through the
That's
downloads.
So the people, like when we first started the show, the live audience was huge, and now we've noticed the live audience is dwindling down, and people have moved over to the streaming.
Well, I mean, we've always said the benefits of Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio is the ability to listen at your convenience.
It is. It's very convenient.
Can you live comment on YouTube streams?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because somebody was asking in the.
Yeah, no, they do.
Chat.
I mean, there's
That's
there's a
my
lot of-
favorite part is interacting with the.
Right, we would just shift
commenters.
that over to YouTube.
Look who showed up on the chat.
Who?
Dean Button.
Congratulations,
Oh,
Dean.
Dean.
Chelsea.
Grandpa Dean.
Dean is a grandpa
I
before
wonder
me.
if he's holding his grandbaby right now.
Ancient.
Dean is a grandpa before me.
Oh my
he's
God,
older-
Dad!
He's
Stop.
older than you.
What's the matter?
You
man?
wanna you parade yourself as a champion of women's rights, and you're
I
like, when
am.
you having a kid? When you having a
Get
kid?
knocked up.
I'm in
Let's go.
school. I'm in school for another year and a half.
I would like to point out
Lindsay's in
that
the middle of family planning.
Tommy
You
came
let me get through
during our third year of
school.
law school. Tommy was present during my third year of law school.
That just
and we
sounds
both,
like poor planning on your
Marissa
part.
and I both graduated, passed the bar.
Yeah,
Wow,
well,
Linz.
I've
No
got the
pressure's
on.
NCLEX and a year
Brian.
and a half of school.
Brian,
He
let's
doesn't
go.
want kids right now either.
Chop, chop, Brian.
No.
Let's get on it.
He don't want.
They're
them
enjoying
right
their
now.
young
I
married
want to be a
life.
grandpa, man.
You do?
Well, it's either that or have a kid, and I think I'm way too old to have a kid.
All right.
I'll be like chasing my kid
Why don't you
around
just
in
get
high school
another
with
dog
like
and
my
another
walker,
car
like,
and
Jared Lindsay said.
he'll be like playing catch with
Get
me.
another dog, she said.
Get another
I
dog. Get
will.
another car.
I
That'll
will get
hold you
another
over
dog.
for a year and a half.
I know. I have my driveway is like a parking lot right now,
Oh, because all the kids are home.
and we have both. It's
You got the
ridiculous.
fun cars.
But so anyway, Chelsea, congratulations on giving birth yesterday to John Michael Button
Oh,
Valente. John Michael Button Valente, JMBV. That's cool.
JMBV. Wow, four
JMBV.
initials.
I know. Sounds like a rock group. JMBV.
JMBV.
Yeah. Born yesterday in Hobart, Indiana. Weighed 8 pounds 6 ounces. Chelsea is doing fine. So congratulations to
To the Buttons.
yep
To
the
the
Valentes.
buttons.
to the Button
The Button
family, to
Valentes.
Chelsea, to Valentes. Congratulations on it's a fan of the shows too. So this is a Lockpod baby. So I
There
feel
you
a little
go.
bit responsible.
Baby.
You're a grandpa. Congratulations, you're a grandpa. Grandpa
John-
Tom.
Yeah, right.
Oh gosh.
I mean,
Everything he ever wanted.
Lockpod could have been the middle name. Nobody would have known. Just
Sure.
like
LOCPOD.
Michael Lockpod.
It's like your
That'd make
confirmation name. Like
Jeff Long would have been happy.
it's
That's
not
right.
legal, but it's there.
so.
I like Dean's post. He said, "I'll never be the same again, thankfully." I want to know, Dean, why
Yeah.
what you didn't like so much about yourself before.
Yeah, the thankfully is the interesting part
That's
of that
the
post.
interesting part. I like you, Dean. I don't want you to change, man.
My life will be the same, thankfully. Yeah.
Yeah,
What does that
thankfully.
mean?
He was
Like,
like,
boy.
what the hell was going on with my engineer before
My
yesterday?
pre-grandpa stage was
He was
terrible.
a freaking wreck. Like, this guy's my engineer.
We didn't even
Thank
know.
He's like,
God.
thankfully, I'm going to change my life.
We should all be thankful then. Thank you, Chelsea. For
God dang, man. Dean's on the right path now. Like, what the hell was going on
on the
before?
verge of disaster.
Right? Thankfully, I'm turning my life around. Like, this guy's one of my top guys.
I was going to shoot up City Hall, but instead I had a grandchild, so I'm happy.
God, heaven.
Postal. Go postal.
Yeah.
Not Dean.
Not Dean.
No, not Dean.
Not Dean.
Anyway, that was awkward.
No, Dean would never do that.
We've got some.
And by the way, if he did, I'd be on the good list. Dean likes me. Right, Dean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, Dean wouldn't do that.
So you're saying keep people like Dean on the good list.
Dude, I don't like.
Thankfully.
It's like that one. What's that one show where they call up and they like, hey, it was one of the Adam Sandler movies. He calls up like one of his old torment, the kid he used to torment in high school. He's like, I just wanted to say I'm really sorry about what I did. And then the
Oh,
guy's
yeah.
like, it was Steve
About-
Buscemi,
Yeah, it was
right?
Yeah.
Buscemi, yeah.
Buscemi
Like,
sits
puts
there.
away
what
his
movie was
gun.
that?
He's putting like lipstick on. He's like
And he like crosses his name off of the list
that
of
Billy
people to
Madison?
kill.
Billy Madison.
Yeah, it was.
List
Billy
of people
Madison,
to kill.
you're
He's
right.
like, okay, crosses his name off. That was so classic.
All right. Well, listen. I know you've got a big festival announcement, so why don't we?
Why don't
do
we
some
tease
ads?
that?
Yeah, let's
Whoa.
do
We're
some-
going to announce Saturday night show right
All
as
right.
soon as we come back, and it's a big one. By the
It's
way,
a huge one. Everyone's pretty excited about it. So
Everyone?
let's do some quick. I think a lot of people are
even
excited.
my mom in California is excited about it.
I know my kids are excited.
They're just psyched.
They're
Like
they're
this is
pumped.
going to be huge.
It's going to be big.
Yeah, I'm just kidding
Huge.
about my mom. She doesn't know what's going on.
Huge.
Yes, maybe she does.
No,
Maybe
she
she's
does not.
listening.
She does not know who Saturday headliner is.
All right, let's do some
She
ads.
has
Come
no
back
idea
and
who they
announce Saturday's headliner
So
for Festival
we're
of the
teasing
Lakes.
you. We are coming back, and we're going to talk about Saturday's Festival of Lakes, and then I got some mailbag.
Oh,
It's
we're in the
interesting.
mail. John's lips haven't been moving like this in a while. John,
Oh my God, I haven't even think
we
about
can
it.
get John's.
Kevin loves.
John's teasing it.
Let me get him moist.
Get him going, John.
All right. You know, we do have a freaking soundboard we could use. I don't have to.
Nah, when we have these
John's-
lips,
John's
why do you
firing
need a
off.
soundboard?
He's firing off germs at me right now.
Yeah.
That was me.
All right.
Hey,
Season 6, episode 10.
pretty good, Linz.
Executive Suites 2. Executive Suite Squared, commonly known as ES2, is a first-class executive office environment located on I-8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. ES2 offers flexible membership plans that provide the privacy of dedicated, fully furnished offices with 24/7 secured access. For more information on their basic or private office membership packages or to rent one of their state-of-the-art conference rooms, call them at 219-844-2901 or visit them at executivesuites2.com.
Grisolia's Concrete. Grisolia's Concrete was voted #1 in the Times Best of the Region in 2020 and 2021. Grisolia's Concrete specializes in all concrete projects, and they've been using the original cement finish in the...
California style.
Oh, he's not there yet.
Nope.
Since 72. They
too
also
early.
offer stamped and colored concrete. Call now at 219-659-4147 to get your project lined up for this summer.
I guarantee you Bernie's busy for the summer, so
Oh,
you better get
boy.
to him early. Because, like, think about it. Like, he has a crew, and, you know, jobs take a week sometimes.
Sure
or a few
they do.
days. So
Got to get lined up. Get the estimate. Get it lined up. Get Bernie out there.
219-659-4147.
Grisolia's Concrete.
That's right. Mission Marijuana. That's right. Mission Marijuana. Are you looking for the closest cannabis dispensary to Northwest Indiana?
Do you think there's a part of the year that's like more weed smoking than others?
Yeah.
Like,
The summer.
Is it like a busy time?
Good question. I think summer. How about this? I bet you summer is more. They sell way more joints in the summertime.
Joints in the summertime and edibles in the wintertime?
Edible. I think most people that aren't
Or loose leaf.
that aren't
in the-
like smokers, quote unquote,
Mhm.
would they go to edibles? I know tons of people that use edibles.
All right, so let's just assume it's leaf weed.
Yeah, that's old school.
Is that more popular in the summer or winter?
No, I think leaf
Or all
weed,
year long?
Smoking flower is like old school pot
Oh,
smokers.
he's dropping slang.
Yeah, he is.
Old school.
I've
is
never
like
heard
like
a single
people that grew up
person call it
smoking.
that.
That's how you do it. Like if you're a new pot smoker, if you're a new THC user, cannabis user, I think you're going to be more into edibles.
I think that's probably true.
Right, you'll do probably the nighttime ones. Like, for instance, my dad may or may not have tried this, like gummies that help him sleep. And you would go to THC, you'd get the indica, and you'd take one at night. It tastes like anything you'd get at the store, like a gummy bear. You eat it, and you'll be asleep in 10 minutes,
All right,
naturally.
So back to
But-
my original question: Is there a weed smoking time of year?
Yes,
Or
summer.
THC summertime?
I think joints are summertime, like
All right.
going to concerts.
Joints.
Sure. There you
Old
go.
school.
Concerts.
Right.
Outdoor concerts.
Yeah, like some people would load up with like 4 or 5 of them, and like
Whoa.
it would be like community kind of thing. Like that's what you see at the Grateful Dead show. It's like
Summertime.
total community. Like people are like they light one up, and it just sort of like goes around in the general area. Like the owner of it is
The
in
original owner.
but it
lit it
never
up and
goes
never
like
sees
one or
it
two
again.
people away from him. No, he'll probably get like a few.
A small weed circle.
But
at the
it's crazy.
concert.
Like everybody's just sort of like passing and just like partying, and everybody is enjoying the
Communal.
music. Yeah, it's totally.
Not worried about germs.
Hey,
Nope, not worried about
No,
COVID.
no, COVID. Yeah, COVID.
outside of 420, what do you think the biggest weed day is? Like
Like 4th of July,
maybe
Christmas,
4th of July, Christmas.
Yeah, probably. Honestly,
Easter.
I think it would be
Valentine's
like
Day?
it
Oh,
would
no, no, that's a good
generally be
question.
the day
Yeah.
before these holidays.
Or the day. Yes, 4/19.
New Year's
yeah,
Eve.
4/19.
Oh, New Year's, that's a good one.
Oh,
I was at
yeah.
I was at a
New Year's
meeting
Eve, right?
yesterday, and Phil said something like, "What was the date of that video? February 26th or something?" And I was like,
yeah, that's right.
"Yeah, 2/26, Phil."
Yep, that's a
Boy,
good
if that's
guess.
not a
good guess.
that must be the number 2
did
weed
say
smoking
February
day.
26th.
He said February 26th.
Tell me you were a nerd in high school growing up without telling me you were a nerd in high school growing
Right.
up.
I was a nerd.
What
in
a
high school.
square. No, you weren't.
I was.
Mm-mm.
I was. I
definitely
wasn't. I wasn't
was.
cool. Kevin was cool for sure.
No,
Get the hell out of here.
No.
I was.
I
was not
I,
cool.
hung, I got to hang out with the cool
kids.
kids, but I was not
Really?
the cool kid.
I was. I pictured you as a cool kid. Being honest.
I got to hang out with the cool kid group.
I was small.
They
man.
let me in.
When I was in high school, Lindsay. Most of my high school career is like 120 pounds. So like I was never like a big athlete jog, even though I wrestled. And so I would hang out with jocks sort of, and I'd hang out with the kids that hung out smoking. We had a smoking pad. Did you?
No,
Really?
we had a
Did you guys in high school, Linz?
we had a lounge.
We had a smoking
lounge.
section.
Did
And-
you really?
Yeah,
lounge.
dude. You could smoke during school.
Age
What?
yourself.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep
oh, yeah,
going. Keep going.
Can you believe that?
No,
Straight
I
up.
cannot.
There was like a couple park benches, and they're like, yeah, that's the smoking section. Dude,
For
people would go out there-
18-year-olds.
Yeah.
Wow.
For 16 and 17-year-olds,
In
dude.
California, you could smoke at 16?
You're not supposed to be able to buy it, but it happened all the time.
Wow.
Like, I couldn't go to a gas station and buy it.
And the school officials
I
wouldn't
didn't,
enforce
for
it?
the record, I didn't smoke cigarettes in high school.
And the school
So-
officials wouldn't enforce
No.
if sophomores went out
Dude,
there and
they
lit
didn't give a
up?
shit.
The teachers
when
were
I
out
was
there
in school
too.
in California, they didn't even care if you went to class. I
Wow.
would. I would show my kids where I'd cut class, and then there was this class. Honest to God, this is crazy. We had this teacher that had no control over the class at all. Like I felt bad. I look back on it as an adult now. This poor lady was just completely overwhelmed, and we were not adding to her.
Sure.
So we took off in the middle of class one day. There was a deli across the street. We would just go get sandwiches, like right in the middle of class.
Wow.
We'd walk across like this big, busy street, order sandwiches, come back. This poor lady was just like having a nervous breakdown. She couldn't control her class at all.
Yeah.
So my high school was
I
a
was
little
very
different.
much made sure I was on time for class.
My high school
I
was
wasn't
very
leaving
different.
class early.
My high school was very different. But then again, I joined the Navy for 6 years, so
True.
I paid for
You
it.
got some discipline. You're like,
No, I
no
paid.
cutting class in the Navy.
No cutting class in the Navy. So I paid for it.
No going to the deli across the street in nuclear sub school.
No. Yeah. In fact, in nuclear sub school, in nuclear power school, if you even fell asleep in class, you could get in trouble, like disciplinary. So we would literally, I was used to just standing up whenever I got tired. What's going on?
I don't know.
We have a guest today?
I don't know.
We have
I
a
hear Lindsay
special-
arguing outside with somebody.
We have a
Hey,
special
it's Brian.
guest.
Their family.
Everything all right?
We have a special guest today.
Okay. All right.
Let's get
All right. So anyway, Mission Marijuana. We got totally sidetracked after we did Mission Marijuana. So yeah, we think that people start off with gummies. Hardcore smokers use the flower. The second biggest weed holiday is probably New Year's Eve. And if you're looking for the closest cannabis dispensary to West Indiana, I would go to Calumet City right there on Torrance, or you could cruise over on Commercial on South Chicago. Searching for the best prices and unbeatable customer service, Mission Marijuana. Mission Dispensary is the best. Located in Calumet City, across the street from River Oaks Mall on Torrance Avenue, or on Commercial Avenue on the south side of Chicago. Visit missiondispensaries.com to learn more.
Whoa.
All right. The Bug Guy Pest Control. Listen to this poem he wrote. Summer. Oh, summer. Lindsay, you should read this. You're such a good reader.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lindsay.
Verse.
thank you. I was gonna ask, how come you don't let me do ads?
Yeah, hit it.
I have an excellent.
Some people don't
voice.
like your voice. It's weird.
It's just you.
Read away the poem.
Oh, it's a poem. Summer, oh summer, we're happy you're here. We can finally sit by the pool and relax with a beer. We wish to keep summer bugs at bay. Wait, I know. Let's call the big bad bug guy today. Those other guys with their prices so high leave your bank account feeling drained. Oh my. When you're tired of bugs ruining your day, call the big bad bug guy and tell the pest he's on the way. For an estimate or to schedule a service, call Brian with a Y, 219-810-7481, or visit the bug guy, northwestindiana.com.
That was good.
Thank you. I'm excellent. I'm
Good
really
work.
good at this.
Good job, baby.
Thanks.
Ron J. Pressmer Insurance Agency has been located for decades right on Indianapolis Boulevard in Hammond, serving all of your insurance needs. They specialize in a wide variety of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. The Pressmer Agency serves over 1,000 people and businesses all around Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron, Ronnie, or Michael at 219-844-0103. All right, there you go.
Well, you've got a big announcement, so let's do that.
Let's go ahead and roll into this big announcement. This is we want to announce first off the Festival of the Lakes. We've already announced on Wednesday. What's that? Is that the 13th on Wednesday, Kevin?
The 13th is the Wednesday.
And that's
17th.
Toby Keith.
Toby Keith on Wednesday.
We already announced that one.
Yes. Thursday,
Okay.
you've announced.
Thursday, which would be on the 14th, is Counting Crows. We've already announced that.
Yes.
So then on Friday, July 15th, we have Leonard Skinner.
You've announced that.
We've announced that. So
We're
we
going
have
in,
not.
It's almost like we're going in order.
I'm reviewing.
Wow.
I'm reviewing.
You've
for
gone in
people.
order.
Yeah. So we're announcing Saturday's show right now, and then we're going to announce Sunday's show probably at the next Lockpod in that ballpark, if not the Friday after that, which will be Latin night. We always do things with the Festival of Lakes sort of similarly to previous years. We always have a very diverse lineup. Saturday is typically hip-hop night at the Fest.
Traditionally,
and
yes.
This year, it's going to be hip-hop night again.
This is going to be so good.
I'm excited to welcome Grammy-nominated record-breaking icon Rick Ross.
What?
and
Boom.
gritty Billboard favorite, The Locks, at the Festival of Lakes on Saturday, July 16th. With hits like Hustlin', Aston Martin Music, Money, Power and Respect, and Recognize, you won't want to miss a legendary night with hip-hop icons live at Wolf Lake Pavilion. Head to festivalofthelakes.com to upgrade to the VIP experience.
Read those songs again. It sounded so. You did it so
just
cool.
like flowed off the
It sounded so
Hustlin',
like hip.
Aston Martin Music, Money, Power and Respect. No, I guess I thought that was 3 songs. It's Money, Power and Respect.
Money,
it seems
Power,
like
and
it's
Respect.
one song. And Recognize.
All
there
right.
you go. Yeah.
What about Freemason? I like that song by Ricky Ross.
You're full of
Ricky
shit.
Rose.
You're full of crap.
I did a little background.
You downloaded him last week.
No,
I remember. I
for
was with you.
at least a month ago.
Really?
I got him from
I
a
don't-
friend of mine
honest
who
to
said,
God?
"Listen to some of this." And my favorite so far is Freemason.
Really?
Yes,
Apparently, there's one called Purple Lamborghini from the
Aston
Suicide
Martin.
Squad
Whoa,
movie.
Aston Martin Music.
Okay, well,
Also
that's it.
good. No,
Oh,
that's another
okay.
one.
All right.
He has a lot of like car songs.
Ricky Rose.
Ricky Rose.
in the chat.
Yeah.
That's it.
Interesting. Okay.
It's
Nice.
gonna be good. He and
Fantastic.
50 Cent had something going on.
What do you mean? Like
They had a
Like
beef?
they had a beef. They had a beef
what?
for years. I read about this.
We
John.
should-
I read up on this.
Kevin's researched the beef.
Yes, it's something.
It's something.
Like
Kevin's
50 Cent
research.
even
Yeah,
did like
because-
cartoons about him.
Because Rick Ross used to be a correction officer.
Right, and yes,
And that's in the rap world, that's as bad as it gets, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'll tell you, Rick Ross, this guy he is a legend.
Yeah.
It is going to be
But if
so
I was,
good.
I would just turn the whole table if I was Rick Ross. I'd be like,
On 50 Cent?
I'd make it cool. Like, hey, man, I used to
Whatever.
be. No, I'm, no.
All I know is it's going to be a big night. It's going to be huge.
So what's going to be the biggest night so far out of the ones we announced?
This could be it.
I'm not sure. I hope so.
Friday could be it.
I tell you, when I
think
talk to rap fans, it seems like they're pretty impressed with this night.
I agree.
We talked to Peter. I talked to Peter the other day. Peter Hanscom. He's a good friend of Kevin of mine from a long time. I saw him in Carmel last week, and was it Hamilton County? I wasn't. in
Yes.
Carmel. Yeah, but
Vice chair of the Hamilton County
I told him.
Democrats.
I told him about Rick Ross, and he was very excited.
I think most people that I know that like 2 of my kids are into hip hop. They were extremely pumped up.
Lindsay, are you excited about this? Do you know much? I mean, honestly,
I'm trying not to get too excited about the festival because I'll probably be working for most of it,
really, that
and I
sucks.
don't want to feel like I'm losing out on all the fun experiences.
But do you like this music? I mean, do you like this artist?
I mean, I've listened to Rick Ross kind of in passing. He's not really he's more of Chase's thing, personally.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, Chase. I think Chase is much more excited about it than I am. You should definitely ask him though.
No, I did ask him. So anyway,
Yeah, is he jazzed? Is he like super jazzed?
they're all jazzed, but they're always happy. Every
Him
time
and
I,
his friends are like
Honest to
always
God,
jazzed.
I haven't had a hip hop night where they're not totally psyched. But this is from what I understand. Although I'm not. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not into him, and hopefully he turns out to be great. I just don't know that much about Rick Ross. I just heard he's awesome. So
I heard a lot of people are excited about the Locks too.
agree.
Yes.
In fact, Mike Tolbert, attorney Mike Tolbert, I want to tip my cap to you for helping us this year. He gave me the idea on this lineup, and it worked out to his perfection. Like literally, he said you should get the Lock and Rick Ross. Mike told me that,
So just make sure you get Jadakiss, and we have Jadakiss. So
so that's good
It's
stuff.
important.
So anyway, there you go.
you can get
Festival
your
Lakes.
VIP experience tickets right now on festivalofthelakes.com.
And the VIP experience it's all access. You're going to be right up close. You're going to be behind the stage. You're going to be able to see things that you normally can't see in any show that I've ever been to. I've been to 150, 200 concerts in my life. The access you get during Festival of Lakes is unlike anything you'll ever experience. You literally are behind the stage if you want to be. You could be in front of the stage. You could be, it's a really good ticket. And how much is it?
You have your
Is it $75?
you have your own
80 bucks,
access
something
to
like that?
bars and
75,
75 now. So you got to get them now because the prices go up as you get closer to the fest. I think they go up to almost to 100. So.
Okay. We got Mailbag, and then you want to bring in we have Mailbag
Let's do
ads.
mailbag ads, and we're going to have our guest.
Okay, sounds good. We have a guest coming, Colleen Brennan.
we
she-
have a returning
Yes,
guest.
Yeah,
that's
she-
even
but
better.
she was,
she was never been live yet.
right.
She was on
This is
Skype
live.
last time.
And it's way better when it's live. So.
Yeah. I think
Absolutely.
so.
Yeah.
Colleen live in the studio.
She's funny, by the way, and she's got her own podcast, Defending Indiana. So we're gonna bring her in the studio in a little bit here. But let's do some mailbag first. These are I've mined the mailbag to get some interesting ones to give you
John.
a little. Okay, here,
a
go
little
ahead, John.
window.
Mailbag. It wasn't my best.
So when
Pretty
you
good,
see
though.
when you
It's
see
better
me
than
Do
walk,
better.
I wanted to give you a little window of the kind of bullshit that I get constantly bombarding me. Okay,
That's
It's
the
like
whole purpose of Mailbag. I
that's
think.
right. I'm not reading off all the good stuff. Like I get good stuff too,
A
but like
window into Tom's world.
yeah, this
Tom's
is like the
mailbag
daily.
world.
This is just like a daily thing with me, right? Okay, so like let's start with this one.
But
okay?
you appreciate these comments.
This is okay. So like I come to work, I'm minding my own business, and then I get a email from Beverly. Let's just say Beverly.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Beverly L. Thank you, Beverly, for being a sweetheart. She says, "You will never get my vote, and I'm a diehard Democrat."
Nice.
Beverly seems very frustrated to me. I think. But anyway, yeah. So
Wow.
like, so you come to work, and it's like, oh, hey, thanks, Beverly, I appreciate it. And then another one, Loke Tone.
Oh, like Tone Loke.
Right.
Wait, Tom.
Backwards.
I'm sorry. Hold
Yeah.
on. That one before you just read. She didn't explain why she wouldn't
No.
vote for you. She just one
Just
line
a one
in and out.
one-liner
It's basically saying, go fuck yourself.
Was
Just
this
a
on
one-liner.
your
Without saying
Facebook
it,
or
actually.
in a
what?
polite way.
She's doing it a lot nicer. She's just like, eh.
I mean, she could have been much meaner about it.
She's not even
So
interested
we're
in
gonna thank her
dialogue,
for
though.
that.
No,
Oh.
she's just like, you know.
I'm gonna let you know.
I want you to know
There's
you
nothing
suck.
you can do.
Like, I'm a Democrat and I hate you. Like, okay. So,
Yeah.
hey, Beverly, thank you.
What do you
I'm
do
sure
to
your
people
husband's
like
real
that,
happy.
Tom?
Or
What do you say to people like that? Is there a way to change their mind? Do you even try?
Dad usually
Is
just
it-
blocks them.
No, I don't block them.
What's there to do at that point?
Honest
No.
to God, Lindsay, I don't give a shit about this stuff. Like, I have so many people that talk crap to me on Twitter or Facebook. I just like ignore it. If it's persistently bad, I'll block them, Lindsay. But it has to
Nobody
be.
talks crap to
Representative
me.
Van Natter.
I think that would make my life
No,
a
I
little bit more
unfriended him. I didn't
interesting.
block him.
No, I know. I'm just
unfriended him.
saying he talks crap to you. On
But I
Twitter.
unfriend him. Yeah, I don't want to see his shit. And I'm not, and I don't respond to that freaking. You know, he has literally a couple hundred people that follow him. So if I respond, he'll probably end up
It's
getting.
going to help him.
Right, he'll end up getting a ton of followers out of it. I don't want to help.
I
this
like
guy.
it when he trolls you.
It's
fun.
Yeah. So okay, Loke Tone says you can't accept my friend request except for
Wait,
you can't
EXCEPT?
accept EXCEPT. You can't accept my friend request. Me nor mo other 50 relatives in Hammond will vote for yo ass.
Wow.
I'm going to read it again.
Let's
This
wait,
is
hold
like
on. Let
I'm
me get
reading
this
what I
straight.
get. Okay, you can't accept my friend request. Me nor mo other 50 relatives in Hammond will vote for yo ass.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say maybe his
Yo ass.
50 relatives that aren't going to vote for yo ass may not be registered, but
Well.
Or
throwing
wake
it
up
out
to
there.
vote.
Or wake up to vote. Right.
So anyway, I'm losing votes left and right now.
Apparently.
Oh God.
Here's another one. Pete P. I'm a Robertsdale
Pete
resident.
P.
Just wanted to say best of luck to you in your Senate race.
I think that's a vote. That's a yes.
Okay. That's
Pete,
nice.
Pete, do you
Thanks,
have
Pete.
do you have 50 relatives?
This is like a bombardment of emotions, though. You know what I'm saying? I come into work and I'm just getting talked shit to, and then some people are nice. You don't know. Okay, there's another one. Elias. I just want to tell you, a great job leading such a rough community to a brighter horizon. I remember long ago going to the pool at MLK Park all summer long. One random day, my brothers and sisters didn't have to pay to get in. You had been celebrating your birthday. Didn't mean much to me then, but I enjoyed the free snacks and drinks. I look back on that memory and cherish it. From
There you
then on,
go.
you were always pretty cool in my book. Good luck.
See, little did you know those little pool parties were turning into votes someday.
You
Or maybe you
know-
did know that.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I know.
he's playing the
that was a
long con.
time. I was playing the long game.
I mean,
You know-
you've always said that about baseball too. You know,
Yeah, man.
these 7-year-old kids are going to be 18 someday.
Some of those kids work for me now.
Isn't that great?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, last mailbag. This is from Carol. I want you to win. I mean no disrespect, but I beg you to heed my advice and alter your answer on college debt relief. It is the number one issue to most non-rich kid millennials. You could say if Biden can pass it, I won't stand in the way. You have zero chance to win if you say you are against it. Just advice. The D's don't tend to listen to the base much, and so we lose. I put this in Messenger because I don't want any millennials to see
Oh,
it.
well, there you go.
Please listen. Keep your
They're all
position more
sleeping.
secret. You will not win our voters anyway. If that is your play, please stop.
She's very secretive about
Keep your
it.
position more secret.
So
You know, it's
It's
anyway,
like a secret message.
I'm gonna forward that to my campaign manager, and you can do what you want with it, Zach. So yeah, that's like a little glimpse
Little
into
advice.
my world. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
You
what's
know, I feel like on my side, I manage your official Facebook, and by manage I mean I just get the hate comments a lot, and
the definition of manage is
I don't manage much because I
Lindsay.
don't have the time for it. But when
She's like, "People
when you
hate my
posted, that's just been my life for years. But when you posted that ad, the marijuana ad. There's some very persistent man who obviously didn't watch it all the way through or read the signia that says that you were a mile away from the Indiana border in Illinois.
concerned about him doing something illegal.
Well, he was like, you did something illegal when you smoked that pot and drove back to Indiana, which you had a designated driver.
Mm-hmm.
You drove back to Indiana. You broke the law and you were
Oh,
driving
boy.
intoxicated. I'm going to show up at every one of your events. I'm going to bring the police with me.
Good.
You're
Wow.
breaking the
Good.
law.
Good.
And it's
They
like
should show up in
every
Hammond.
5 days, he just tries to like send a message to
That's
try
why,
and get
honestly,
your
as
response.
you
And
know,
I'm
Liz-
like, this guy is just really entertaining to
As
me.
you know, Lindy and Kevin and John, we literally like thought out every scenario on that commercial so that nobody could criticize us for breaking the law. So like everything I did that day was perfectly legal.
I think it was very important to be that way.
Yeah, because obviously we're in a commercial, and obviously, if I drove myself and then got high like we did and then drove back home, I would have been driving intoxicated. So we planned it out perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we go ahead and do ads and we'll bring our guest in? How about that?
Yes,
Sounds
we
good.
talk
You want me
about
to grab
some-
her now?
We're gonna light up this room.
Wow.
So anyway,
Smoking
I
weed
love
in
it.
the studio.
no, I didn't mean like that. So Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law. Injured or in trouble with the law? Give us a call. Schedule a consultation today with someone who is in court and at the jail every day by calling John Cantrell at 219-554-4529. That's 219-554-4LAW. Or visit our website at bettercallcantrell.com.
Pretty good you know those numbers like that.
Or visit our website
4529.
at bettercallcantrell.com.
Kick off the summer and have a blast while supporting STEM education at Challenger Learning Center's Summer Barbecue Fundraiser on Thursday, June 16th. You can enjoy an evening of fun, games, delicious drinks, and even food by Byway Brewery. There'll be silent and live auctions. Tickets and sponsorship information can be found at clcnwi.com or call 219-989-3250. What's better, a silent or a live auction, John?
I like silent.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You don't like the live call,
No, that's fun too.
like the call out
It's fun.
with an auctioneer?
Yeah. What do you like?
I think I like the live. I think I like a live auction.
You don't seem like you'd like a live auction.
You get to put up your paddle and up 50 up. I want to be an auctioneer. Tom
What
O'Donnell.
kind of stuff do you
Local,
bid on, Kevin?
He's an
Like
auctioneer.
Banksy?
like
art?
cattle, pigs.
I'm going to move on. We have a guest in the studio. She's probably wondering what kind of Misprint. Misprint
She's
specializes.
a comedian. She doesn't think it's funny.
Misprint specializes in delivering the highest quality signs and printing on time and under budget. Misprint's experience and technology allows them to offer custom, commercial, on-demand printing and sign solutions. Rick Baltensberger and his team have served Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana for over 30 years. Misprint has 2 convenient locations to serve you in Munster and in Hammond.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard of Mexican cuisine throughout the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise. Eli.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia, de todo corazón.
I haven't heard the new Bug Guy song yet from Eli. So
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh.
I don't know, man. He didn't accept that challenge, I guess.
Bug Guy's busy though. He always writes a lot
I
of
like
great
it.
reads.
I like
He
it.
did a poem.
That's good.
Got
Ca-
better.
Calumet
Getting better
Brewery.
and better.
Nearly 10 years in the making, Bud Light Next, our first zero-carb beer, is the result of a brewing breakthrough, making the impossible possible. Super crisp, super refreshing, Bud Light Next is a light lager with a 4% ABV and is brewed with the highest quality ingredients while containing only 80 calories and 0 grams of sugar and 0 carbs. Here's to what's next. Head over to calbrew.com for more info. Cheers with beers.
Thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you to our sponsors. Look at this. Hi, it's nice to see you, Colleen.
Hello.
Hey, you got to pull that right up.
Hello.
'cause
Thank you for
Wow, there
having
she is. Is
See-
it better to say? Can I say comedian or comedienne?
me. Just comedian.
Comedian. All right.
Yeah,
It's
let's
like
make it
gender
super
neutral,
gender neutral.
So-
non-binary.
Isn't it weird when you meet on Skype or on like we
Yes.
did, and then we actually meet in person? I'm like, hey, what's up?
I
This is the first
know.
time we've
It's
ever
like
been
we've
in
met,
each
but
other's
we haven't
presence.
met physically.
Right.
Exactly. We've had 2 long
Yeah.
conversations,
Right.
so I feel
And
like
now
I know you.
I feel like I know you also.
but
And
you're taller than I expected.
really? I'm sitting
His
down.
seat's-
Wait till you see when I stand up.
We left your seat lower.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a power
It's a
thing.
power thing.
Yeah, I'm always like way higher than everybody. We should do that.
The locomotive.
Like
Tom's on a
you
pedestal.
put it
in
on
here.
a camera, and my head is cut out
Almost
of every
at the
shot.
ceiling.
It's like, why does he sit so high?
You
It's
just
weird.
have to lower this chair down, like
Yeah, right.
close to the
So
We
the
just-
guests always feel like a little lower.
chin
Yeah.
on the desk.
There you go. That's how it goes.
Chin on the desk. It's like, is this how the studio is normally set up?
Well, I forget what season we had Colleen on, but it was fun. It was one of our first guests, actually, and one of our first Skype.
It was
right, John?
It was in the
one of
dead.
our-
It was in the dead of the pandemic. right?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was last, not this past winter, but the winter before.
Yeah.
that.
So it was like literally,
Yeah.
we had no option.
COVID winter.
No, and we had just started our podcast because we weren't performing on stage.
Yeah.
So
And how's that going now?
it's going great.
Defending Indiana.
Defending Indiana. We're
I saw
having.
one of your more recent episodes is about bourbon, and I am myself a big bourbon fan.
It is about bourbon. I don't know. Well, now I know a lot more about bourbon, but when we went into it, I didn't. Janice is the bourbon drinker,
Really?
as is my husband.
Really? My wife drinks bourbon.
Does
Have
she?
you
Does
guys?
she?
You've had 18th.
Scotch. John,
I get mixed
Scotch.
up. I get mixed
She
up
drinks
on it.
Scotch.
She's a
Honestly, God,
Scotch
I don't know the
drinker.
difference between
I
bourbon,
drink
Scotch, and
bourbon. Your
whiskey.
wife drinks Scotch.
But honestly, the difference between bourbon, Scotch, and whiskey.
Okay,
I think
so
a big difference.
Really?
bourbon
Colleen
is
knows.
bourbon is a whiskey, and whiskey is a whiskey. But bourbon is made with a corn mash.
Really?
Yes,
Is
and
that
it's
why it's
sweeter.
Scotch has
Yeah.
peat.
It's
Peat.
sweeter.
Peat
Really?
makes Scotch.
Like Pete Bog.
yeah.
I still, honestly, I got
Gross.
sick off of Jack Daniels one time, and it's all the same to me.
Yeah,
I
that's
won't drink Jack Daniels.
Really?
No, I don't like Jack.
There are better bourbons.
I-
Have you had 18th
That's
Street?
18th
I
Street's
just
new one
mentioned
is
I
great.
got
Oh,
sick
well,
one
I'm
time
sorry.
off of Jack Daniels, and like
No,
I don't
I'm asking
venture-
Colleen if she's
Oh,
tried
my bad.
18th
I thought you-
Street. Bourbon.
I have not tried any of the Indiana
Oh,
bourbons.
it's
my
so good.
my husband is a
Wow,
lover
Lance.
of bourbon, but now after doing that episode, because that was the last one we put up, I got to go do this like little distillery tour around the state of Indiana.
18th Street's really good.
Is it really
It's
good?
close.
Oh, it's
close
so
to
good.
We
Chicago.
reached out to them to see if they would do it, but
They have a new
haven't
batch
gotten back to us.
Where do
done
you
by
live,
their
Colleen?
distiller, who also have. Oh, yes, John?
Where do I live in Chicago,
Okay.
but I grew up in Michigan City, Indiana, and I lived in Indiana until I was about 26.
Yeah.
All over the state.
Well, stop by on the way back. Stop by 18th Street on the way up to
On
Chicago.
the way up to Chicago.
You're on the way home to
Grab
Michigan
a-
City.
grab a-
Just
9:30
depends on
a.m.
traffic. Yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly though, Colleen, 18th Street's really great.
Is it good?
Yeah, great restaurant.
Oh, their food
great
is
restaurant.
incredible.
Yeah, great bourbon, great beer. Same with
Okay.
Byway. We have two really good breweries in Hammond.
I'm shocked at how many breweries and distilleries there are around the state of Indiana. I had no idea.
Totally.
This whole podcast has been just a complete education for Jimmy.
Really?
tonight.
Are you
Oh,
mostly focusing on the region, or are you like
No.
getting all over?
We're going all over. So this season, so far, we started back in April. We've had Jared Thompson, who is the owner of the Comedy Attic down in Bloomington, Indiana.
Nice.
They run the Limestone Comedy
I've been
Festival.
there.
Yeah, it's renowned as one of the best comedy clubs in the nation because
Really?
all the big comedians go through there to run
No
their
kidding.
specials before they record them.
Very
That's
cool.
So they get in Bloomington, Indiana, they get everybody. Name the
That's
big
awesome.
comedian.
Where's
and they're there.
where's the theater?
It's in downtown Bloomington.
Really?
Yeah.
I've
On-
never
right on the
seen it.
square?
Where is it,
I-
Lynn?
I don't know.
It's
I'm-
it's a little bit off
You-
the square.
Yeah?
Over. It's like on one of the side streets. I know that it was like right across the street from one of the. I used to volunteer at a women's shelter there, and it's like right across the street from it.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds
That's
good
awesome.
I
place.
It's an
used to go
impressive
there a
spot.
couple
Women's
times.
shelter, comedy attic.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Got it.
awesome.
So we featured Bloomington for that one. Then we had Jesse Carbanda, who was the former director of the Hoosier Environmental Council.
Oh, nice.
Come on and talk to us about like environmental issues in Indiana, try to dispel myths and kind of like give some more information about what are the real environmental issues and where Indiana stands with
You know
that.
what's crazy, Colleen? To hear you say that, Kevin and I were in a project with Joliet where there was a proposal from Joliet where they were either going to buy water from Chicago, which is super
Yeah.
expensive, or they were going to build a pipeline directly from Lake Michigan through Hammond that would go all the way to Joliet, and they would be in charge of their own water.
Okay.
Which would have made them a powerhouse, by the way.
Yeah.
But it was way more expensive to do our proposal, but they would have been energy independent. So Lori Lightfoot was competing against us. And so I was up there
Oh.
against the mayor of Chicago, and she was up there with her PhDs talking about how dirty our water is and how like we spill.
It's all the same.
It's
It
so
comes from the
ridiculous.
same
Right?
source.
But like,
I mean,
Colleen,
there's
honestly,
like a big
yeah,
lake.
it's a big lake.
It's a great lake, actually.
Yeah, it is a great lake. I love that lake. But yeah, literally, that was her. It was like, you don't want to buy water from Indiana. It's dirty water. It's like, and we were just shaking our heads. Like,
I mean, their intake was like a couple miles from ours.
Right.
And they made it sound like, oh, all that industry.
all that industry down there. It's like
All that industry.
we dump waste into the water we're pulling from. That's how we roll here. I don't know if you guys do it the same way.
I don't know. I don't know any.
ridiculous.
I grew up on Lake Michigan. All I know is that there were some days when the water was like, yeah,
Brown.
we're not going.
But you know
We
what?
are
Honestly,
not going
no,
in
for
today.
sure. The E. coli days.
Well,
like-
but they closed Chicago beaches down too.
but yeah,
But
like
no,
if
their
we
water's better.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. But so in Michigan City, did you grow up close to the water, or were you in?
Yeah.
Really? So like Long Beach area? Or?
Yeah.
Is that how you know Hale?
Yes.
No
So
kidding.
but
Yeah.
like, what stop
Wow.
are you? What, like
I was stop 19.
There you go.
Really?
Stop 19 for
So
those
you guys
along
were like
the-
friends growing up.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
her brother.
I knew you guys knew each other.
Yeah, she has a brother who's a year older than me, and then Christina's 2 years younger than me.
She's
but
in
we were
DC
all
now.
I know. I
Yeah.
talked to her
Very
recently.
exciting.
Yeah. I talked to her recently. Also, she's like doing really well.
Yeah.
She worked like literally for the Biden administration.
Yeah.
So, which is
Good
awesome.
for her.
Doing great work.
Yeah.
Very excited.
It's like I don't want to say it's a small business. It has to do with startups and stuff like that, right?
yeah,
like
I
funding.
think
Small
international.
Small Business Administration.
Right.
Yeah.
So did you like swim in the lake all the time? I mean, if you were that
Absolutely.
close, you were literally like a block away.
It was my backyard.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
What's the matter, John?
It was just funny. It's like,
So-
so,
so-
did you
so
swim
did
in the
you
lake?
swim
No,
in the
no. Because like I talked to
This is
Christina.
a triathlon.
I didn't
Christina,
drink
no,
it.
exactly.
Triathlon training.
She would literally like swim out
Yeah.
and then like touch a buoy and then swim back.
I
That
think
was
a lot
her
of people
workout.
live
That
along
would
the
be
lake,
so
use Lake
awesome.
Michigan as their swimming pool.
I know.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, we did. We used it, for everything. It was our playground, So we had, there were
That's a
many,
good childhood.
There were many. Oh, it was a great childhood. There were many years when we had a beach, and then like around the mid '80s when there were all the snowstorms, and there was no beach because we literally had water up to our seawall. So you couldn't jump in because that would be a little dangerous.
Right.
But there was nothing there. It was just concrete water.
So you know Scott Pilat then?
So I think he's my sister's age.
Yeah. Okay. He's also sorry.
I'm sure everybody online is
No, I was
enjoying
just
this. Like,
wondering.
I'm
who's Scott
sure-
Pilat
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Christina. Hale. What? It's like you guys are having like a little
Right.
get to know you.
Yeah. Right.
Do you know my friends? Do you know
Yeah.
your friends? But I'm sure that the
Well,
pod listeners are.
I
mean,
have
this
a
is
burning
fascinating.
question.
Yeah.
I have a burning question for Colleen,
Yes.
actually. So we were having this discussion last Friday about what classifies as a region rat and like what is the region. And a lot of people in the studio seem to think that region is just north of 30 in Lake County only. But you're from Michigan City.
I am, yeah.
So do you consider like LaPorte, at least Michigan City and Porter County part of that region?
Well, because I'm sitting here at this table next to your father, I'm going to go with what he said on our podcast,
Okay.
which is we are absolutely considered.
See,
I
that's
honestly-
what he was saying last time
I agree
too.
with that.
I feel it that way. Honestly.
219.
Like
Yeah.
honestly though, and I love LaPorte. Okay. But I feel like I
A
think
little
that
bit out there.
that's starting to get a little far out there for me. But Michigan City,
I
no
think
doubt about it.
Michigan City, yes.
Like, in my mind, no doubt about it. I'm not just saying that because you're here either.
Right.
I really honestly
I
feel,
agree with
I
that,
feel like
too.
Michigan City and Hammond are almost
I
similar
think the
cities.
further you
Well-
get south and east,
Yeah.
you're kind of losing it.
And our community growing up, we were heavy steel mill
Yeah.
Right. Worker,
community.
yeah, absolutely.
It was, it was.
And you got
Got a big
plant,
Nipsco
right
coal
there.
burner
Nipsco's right
there.
there.
Yeah.
But everybody, my husband worked at one of the steel mills as a foreman when he was
There you go.
co-oping at Purdue. I mean, so I have family who worked in the steel mills.
I
So
think
It's
you count.
definitely
I think
region.
you count as a region rat.
No doubt.
So if
Think
you're
about it.
related to a steel mill worker, that
Yeah.
makes you a region rat.
Agree.
Okay.
If it's
It doesn't-
first generation,
it
for
absolutely
sure.
does not
Okay.
hurt. Or if
Yeah.
you work in a steel mill,
If
I
you
think
have, if
count.
you're like,
If
yeah,
you're
if
in
you
a
work in a steel
union-
mill or you're like affiliated with it through the family, yeah. If you're a steel worker, yeah.
If you can
you're-
see a steel mill from your house, you're region rat.
Yeah.
yeah.
I just like the fact, some people are critical of like using the term region rat, and we use it endearingly, and I think it's something to be proud of. And I thought it was great at the Bloomington commencement this year that the keynote speaker, the commencement speaker, used it like I'm a region rat. It's
Yeah.
pretty good that a region rat made
CEO
it.
of Disney, by
Yeah.
the way.
Oh, is a
Yeah.
region rat?
Yeah,
He's from Hammond.
I had no
There you go.
idea.
But I just love the
Yeah,
fact
you should
that
get
CEO
him
at
on the
Disney.
he
club
used
Wow.
it in
podcast.
his speech. I thought
Yeah.
that was great. It's
Right.
like, hey,
Mhm.
this is a proud region rat. That's
Yeah.
what he said. I was
I
like,
know.
hell yeah.
What
Right.
year did he
For him.
graduate?
70,
Yeah, from high
81,
school.
81 maybe from IU.
No. Yeah, from
81?
IU,
Yeah,
right.
70,
70s from
77
Clark,
from
right.
Clark.
Okay.
Right, yeah, from Clark, yeah.
81 from IU, yeah. So
Okay.
he's,
So John's got your Facebook Live. You do Facebook.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
talk
let's
about
talk about
this.
Facebook
No, we
versus
only
YouTube.
did this once.
Oh,
Did you?
okay.
We did this once to maybe 14 people. I just
This
they were
this is
very
right in.
dedicated fans.
no, but like in that,
Oh,
like
this was
we were
last June.
we were having this conversation before you got on. Is like when we first started off, it was really Facebook heavy, and then it's shifted over to more streaming heavy. So we noticed our Facebook audience is down, and we're like, okay, is this the time to kick over to YouTube? I mean, do you guys, so you do yours is all edited, right?
Ours is all edited.
Yeah. Do you
So
like it better that
you
way?
tape it and then edit it.
We tape it and then edit it, mostly because we don't have a consistent time in our schedules. Janice and I have completely different schedules. We have different work lives
That's
during
cool.
the day.
So you just make appointments.
So we just make appointments, we record, and then
That's really cool.
yeah, I do all the content editing
Nice.
and do the timestamps, and then my son, who's really good at all the technology stuff, he does the actual
Oh, nice.
technical
That's really
Built-in-
cool. Do you
built-in
cut?
labor.
Do you cut a lot of stuff out, or is,
built-in labor.
Free
yeah,
labor.
right?
Free
Yeah.
labor.
We
I didn't want to
kinda-
say that.
We want to make our guests sound as good as possible. So if there's something that goes astray, or if there's
You
you know,
ground
Just
your
FYI, no
pausing.
editing here, so we can't. You know,
Yeah,
it
we
is what it
can't help
is.
you.
I
You sound
practiced-
good, you sound bad. I mean, you're in.
I practiced in the parking lot.
yeah.
I was like going between the back seats,
Like,
So it's
Kinda.
called Defending Indiana.
defending Indiana.
You're defending Indiana from Chicago.
We're actually not just
All
from
haters.
Chicago. It's
Yeah.
all haters because,
Okay.
and it was funny. I met a guy this weekend who was from Sellersburg, Indiana, and we were laughing together. He was in Boston and went to school in Boston, and he was talking about how he had to become like Indiana's biggest advocate when he was there.
Got to
because
be out
people
there.
dump on
Yes.
Indiana
They
so much.
diss on Indiana.
But the whole spirit of the podcast really was to just let everybody know, look, everybody in this country is from a place. And if we all remember that we're from a place and no one place is better or worse than anybody else, then we can start to find our different or
Tell
our
that
similarities.
to some
and
people. They
I
all think
found
they're
myself
Handhold
doing that
and
when I was
kumbaya.
at IU Bloomington.
defending the region.
Yeah.
Defending the region, because they're like, where are you from? We were talking about this last week too. They were like, where are you from? And I used to say Chicago, but then I started saying that I'm between Gary and Chicago, Northwest Indiana.
Can't say Hammond.
Yeah, what?
Nobody knows
wow.
Why
who
would you
Hammond
not
is.
say
This place between Gary and
little
Chicago.
place
Yeah, you
somewhere
know.
between.
She's going out of her way not to say
Not to say
Hammond,
Hammond.
clearly.
North of Munster.
Hey, guess
South
what?
of Lake
Whiting.
Michigan.
This is your daughter, Tom.
Hey, people in southern Indiana do not know what the hell a Hammond is.
Well,
To be perfectly
Oh, no.
honest.
just say between Gary and Chicago somewhere.
Hey, they know where Chicago is. They know what Gary is. We're going with that one.
well, it's funny when we were talking to your dad, we were talking about this. Janice had the same problem. She's from Hammond, and she said that she had the same thing. She had to defend actually being a part of Indiana because
Right.
people were so exclusive to apparently everything below 30.
We're like the
that-
stepchild of Indiana.
Exactly. I was told when I was in college, when I said I was from Michigan City, Indiana, one of my friends said, well, you're not really from Indiana. I'm like, I don't know.
Wow.
The driver's license says
I think that's wow.
Indiana.
Pay
Going out
Indiana
there on you.
taxes.
So it is
Right.
true that Tom was on your podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
During a Lockpod break, isn't this right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he cheated
He
on us.
betrayed
These
us.
guys get all mad at me when I do it.
No.
I know, isn't that funny?
No, he's
They
just
get, like-
building the brand.
That's what I'm doing. I'm like spreading Lockpod's message, just like you're doing with
I heard
Defending
it.
Indiana.
Exactly.
I don't know. There were rumors that Tom was shopping around for a new podcast.
I was.
No.
I was like,
I think he's
dude,
going to hire your son, Colleen, for
That
his
would
new
be fine.
tech guy.
Yeah.
John's
Please.
out.
He needs a
I've
job.
already reached out to
He
her
could
son.
probably
Can
set
you
a
please take
soundboard up
over?
in like 30 minutes, I bet.
People defend. Colleen has to defend Indiana, and then people dump on Indiana, but Indiana dumps on Mississippi. I noticed that. So they have like a
all
defending
rolls
Mississippi.
downhill,
Yeah,
Tom.
right. Eventually, it's like
Who's
yeah.
at number 50?
I think we actually have a listener in Mississippi who commented on how people dump
Oh, I
On
believe
Mississippi?
it.
on Mississippi
I
and
lo-
Indiana.
yeah.
I literally heard somebody in Indiana dumping on Mississippi recently. I forgot where I heard it. But I
Is
was
that,
like, oh,
because, is that
Mississippi.
because there's a Hammond, Mississippi? In
No, that's Louisiana.
Somebody,
Oh, that's
it was literally an
Louisiana, yeah.
Indiana politician said they're not
At
going
least
to
I
be
don't live
convinced
in-
until Indiana's just like Mississippi. I'm like,
Whoa.
damn, man, that's brutal for
Wow.
Mississippi. It's like somebody said that
What did
online. I'm like,
Mississippi do to
son of a
you?
gun. This
Poor
guy hates
Mississippi.
Mississippi. I know, right? Well, you could have said a country. You don't have to diss one of the United States.
Right.
I want
Uh.
to. Colleen, have you ever done stand up?
I've been doing stand up for about 10 years now.
You
So-
went to Second City, right?
Such a lead-in question.
I did.
Here comes the next question.
Have you ever done stand-up?
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, you never know. Maybe she just does
We actually
funny
do
podcasts.
know. We do know that she's done stand-up.
Do you get nervous?
I do.
Like, okay, like for
Like
like regular
legit?
audience?
There
or
goes
like,
my
'cause,
lead.
like,
There goes my next question.
Yeah. Was that your.
No, it wasn't.
I get super nervous. It depends on. Yeah, sometimes it depends on the audience. Sometimes it depends on whether or not I'm going up first. It's nice to be like toward the end because you get a chance to read the audience.
Agree.
The hardest spot in a show is host, and then first
Really?
comedian after host.
I don't mind hosting.
Why
Like,
is
when I'm-
hosting so difficult or
'Cause-
stressful?
You really play off you're sort of the jester of the show, right? You're the one who's out there to warm up the audience. And if you're a really good host, you're really good at it, and you can weave in a few jokes in between with making it seem like there's this all perfectly spontaneous, right? And that's a skill. You know, people who are good hosts are probably some of the best comedians out there. But then the first spot right after the host, when you're just doing your set and you're straight up, those are always just a little bit harder than the others.
Because you don't know, like, how long
Sounds
to
hard.
go. You don't
Sounds
know, like,
nerve-wracking.
whether you can cross certain boundaries.
Well, you
or-
usually know how long you can go because they give you your minutes ahead of time. And then we light each other. So you get a light at a certain amount of minutes before your set is supposed to end. So say you have a 10-minute set. They usually,
What is the light? I mean,
literally flash a flashlight.
So it's coming from
your
side
phone.
stage?
Yeah, somewhere. They're like, the light will be from over there.
Okay,
and so,
gotcha.
like, as
So you
start
see the
to
light
feel like-
coming.
yeah, well,
Okay.
when you start to feel like your set is near its end. And so you're like, where's the light? Where are they going to
so let me ask you a question. Like, when I'm giving political speeches,
Yeah.
I know where I want to go.
Yeah.
Right. And I know in my head, like, this is what you hit, this is what you hit, this is what you hit. And then
Yeah.
something happens.
Yeah.
Maybe like
Right.
somebody in the audience blurts something out or something and throws you off. Right. And then, like, I start like missing where I was supposed to hit. Do you do the same thing in jokes?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the audience. It depends on what they say, and it depends on when they say it, right? So there are certain things where I know I know there's a good time to play with somebody, right? So if you hear the host say something or call out a few audience members, you can use that information to just pull them in at that moment. So then I'll just like quickly adjust my set and try to incorporate something that they said. But if a heckler comes after you in the middle of your set, that's when things get a little rough.
You've
and then
had
you lose
hecklers?
jokes. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Well, so that's what I wanted to ask you, right? I wanted to ask about this Chris Rock slap, and I wanted to ask about Dave Chappelle's attack, right? So, like, I wanted to ask about, like, as a comedian, the reaction of both of them after these, like, crazy events occurred on stage.
I struggle with this one. So a comedian's job is to speak truth to power.
True.
And there's supposed to be a pass for a comedian to be able to poke fun. And if you're a public figure, I mean, I took media law when I was in college. You know, there's a certain amount of...
She knows her stuff.
About that much. But anyway, if you're in a position of power, if you're in the media, if you're a celebrity, part of your contract with having that job is to take some flack. I believe that.
Agree. You're saying for Will Smith.
Yeah.
Agree. You're a multi-gazillionaire.
Take some flack.
You're
I feel like
famous,
there's
rich
a
and
butt
famous.
coming.
Take some flack.
It's the truth.
Well, but I also do think that there are certain. I don't have a problem with what Chris Rock said. It was kind of a stupid throw-off joke.
I agree.
It was
He
just.
was-
It was
exactly.
Just a
That
stupid
wasn't
throw-off
part of
joke.
his set. He was
And
probably
he's
just
so-
riffing.
Yeah, and he's
Right.
he's such a brilliant comedian. So
I
I
agree,
didn't
too.
love the joke. It was just like to have that incident happen.
But the
because
reaction
of
to
that
the
joke.
joke, the reaction was way
Was
over-
ridiculous.
it was
What about
stupid.
Chris Rock's reaction after the slap?
I think
I
it
thought
was
it was
super
brilliant.
professional. Yeah.
I thought he was brilliant.
Well,
Yeah.
just keep them together, right?
Yeah, he looked like the hero at the end of that.
I
He
agree
is
with
the
you,
hero.
and he's
But
been the
Will
hero
Smith,
ever since.
Will
I
Smith will
think.
never be the same,
No.
in my mind.
No, I mean, not to me.
No, I don't like him anymore.
I just don't even and we actually we were watching it, and my husband and I were I'm like, what
Really?
just
that was fake, right?
what just happened?
Right.
That was planned, right?
Right.
And then I don't know if I started looking or somebody started looking right away, and we realized that it wasn't. And
Well, I think when he threw the F-bomb twice on live TV,
but I didn't. But I wasn't-
I figured that it couldn't have been planned.
but I couldn't.
Right.
Because it was muted out at that time,
Yeah, that's
right?
true. Right.
And so, but what was so strange to me, and I think what made it seem so weird, was that it was such a delayed response.
Yeah,
Yes.
so crazy.
There was laughing and ha ha. And
well,
then
you see
all of a
everybody
sudden
around
it
him
was
just
nervous.
like,
wait a
what the
minute.
hell is going on?
Yeah.
And then he won the
Because I
Oscar.
think, like you said, I think most
Agreed,
people
John.
at first probably thought it was fake.
Yeah.
Don't take
And
him
then
away.
when Will Smith
Give him
starts
an
yelling the
award.
F word out loud, everybody's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, all around, it was just a terrible situation. But the worst situation is the fact that, look, if you've got a problem with what somebody has said on stage, okay, there's a time and a place to let them know. And
Right.
it's not standing up,
Right.
walking on stage, and physically assaulting someone.
Because
It
he
was
took away that.
Ever.
Bizarre.
That's all people were talking about. So if
Right.
you won an Academy Award for like a documentary that you busted your ass on and, worked your whole life to get, and then when you leave, you're walking out with your Academy Award and everybody's talking about Will Smith.
Yeah, think about
It's like,
that. So many awards,
just
right?
like-
The
yeah.
night got ruined, and then Will
Right.
Smith got to win one, go up there,
Oh my God.
give
that
a
was the
speech,
worst.
and party
That was
all
the
night.
worst. That was the
so
worst.
crazy.
That was the worst.
And I'm pretty sure that Jada Pinkett Smith can take care of herself.
Yeah.
I would think
Yeah.
so.
It's bad. It's just bad. It's
Yeah.
a real bad look. But the one that was really disturbing was Chapelle getting
That was
tackled on
crazy.
stage. That was.
Well, and I
And
don't.
he's a genius, by the way.
He
I
is. No, I
love
think he's
him.
one of the best.
He is the
pretty much
best.
ever.
Agree.
But I don't understand. I thought I heard the other day, and I'm not trying to spread misinformation here, but
So
the
Black
guy-
Pod is known for the place of the
We're
truth.
king
Are
of,
you?
mi-
It's
king
all
of
about the truth.
misinformation.
Okay.
A beacon of truth is that's like our unofficial nickname.
I'll sign
right?
Left of center, a beacon of truth.
People listen to Lockpod for the news, like, so don't be spreading any.
I love that. We finally got our tagline.
Lock Pod,
There goes
beacon
our
of
there's our
truth.
episode.
A beacon
A
of
beacon
truth.
of truth.
That's so good.
Well, here on this beacon of truth,
Yes.
what I'd like to say is, no, I heard that the guy who attacked Chapelle was doing it to bring attention to like a personal issue of his that wasn't related at all
Great idea.
Mission
to what
accomplished.
Chapelle was doing.
See, and Chappelle's gonna have a blast with that. Like he even had a blast with it. His reaction was unbelievable. I thought the
Chappelle.
fact that Chris Rock came up and said, "Was that Will Smith?"
Yeah.
was great, right? And then I think Jamie Foxx was up there. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like almost like they were like there to
Dave
support
Chappelle.
Chappelle and
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle is an absolute genius.
I love.
He's
He's my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, he is my favorite.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is he lives in Ohio in some small
Yeah.
town, and like he goes
like
to
the only
city
black guy in
council-
town.
He goes to the city council meeting and argues with them.
Yes.
It's like
It's
it just kills me,
beautiful.
man.
Yeah.
I love this
awesome.
Hey,
guy.
he just wants to live his best normal life.
Yeah,
That's right.
Well, I think
That's
the fact
what
that
normal
he,
people do.
when he
you
gave
know?
away the Chappelle show, just got up and left, and,
That is-
and then just like moved to Ohio.
Yeah.
He doesn't live in L.A. or New York.
Good for
He
him.
lives in Ohio.
Yeah.
So it's very cool.
Yeah.
They beat
Ohio's
the crap
one
out
of
of
those
that guy.
states I forget it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did.
I mean, they had their way with
Yeah,
him,
eventually.
actually.
By the way-
Before they were like
Oh,
fumbling
yeah.
around and like figuring out that, oh
then
my
they
God,
were
I'm
just, like,
security. I better
stomping
do
him.
something.
Yeah.
Well, there's such a reaction time, right? You're there's a moment where you're like, I can't. Is this really happening? It's like that. It's
yeah.
like at the Oscars. Is
Exactly.
this planned? Did he
Right.
want this to happen? Is
But
it
I
a
almost
joke
feel like
on-
security has to be ready for. I mean, that's their job.
They got to know there's.
It's like,
nothing
yeah, everybody
bad.
else is like, what's going on? But they
Right.
got to be like, oh, this is
Agreed.
happening.
Well, so it's interesting. There was an article in the New York Times last week about this, and
The
and
issue.
what's happening at smaller clubs. You know, like at the Laugh Factory, they've had to hire extra security because there was a comedian named Joe Kilgallen who was on stage back in the winter who said something, and somebody got up and started to. This was before the Will Smith
See, and that's what
thing.
and that's kind of where I was going. Like, is this just have we just seen these two incidents nationally, or are things happening everywhere? Where it's kind of like all of a sudden people are fighting on airplanes.
Yeah.
people are
Angry.
angry. It's like after
Trump.
the
It's Trump,
pandemic, Trump. I don't know what it is.
Seriously,
People
like I'm
went
not trying
feral,
to
I
blame
swear.
Donald Trump for everything, but like America changed in 2016, man. When we
Yeah.
elected that guy,
They felt
we
like, I
got
can be angry.
We got
Yeah.
angry. It's appropriate to
Civil
act out and,
discourse
like,
is totally different now. And
But that was his brand.
Yeah.
I mean, his
Yeah,
brand is
I
anger,
know.
and anger is one of the strongest emotions you can rally people around. So.
You're right. It's scary.
yeah, well,
So downtown in Chicago.
Yeah.
I love Chicago. We all do, right? Does it worry you? Like I know, like the latest news, and I know you don't like talking about a lot of current events, but with the mayor and a curfew and all that, how do you feel as a Chicago resident about? Is it scary? It's scary,
It's
right?
so complicated. My husband gets mad at me. We have these conversations because he's more concerned than I am,
Right.
and I'm concerned. But I think there's a systemic problem, and I don't think it's. I think it's such a deep systemic problem that it's going to be really difficult to solve anytime soon.
Because
and
Chicago's
it's happening.
been through those stretches before.
We've been through stretches before, and I feel like it's happening everywhere. We hear about Chicago here because we're here, and certainly what happened this weekend was horrifying.
Yeah, with the bean and the shooting.
Horrifying.
Yeah, it's really scary.
And I'm not against curfews. I
I'm
had
not
a
either.
curfew when I was a kid.
For
I
sure,
mean,
for sure.
And we had it enforced by
For sure.
the
I grew
law
up
enforcement.
I grew up in Napa. We had a curfew. We couldn't be
Yeah.
out after
yep,
10 o'clock.
there's
Yeah.
curfews.
Right?
Curfews
I mean,
are good.
yeah.
Like, I agree. Is that what happened to that?
I have no idea. They're not enforcing them.
Is that what it is?
Absolutely, curfews are on the books.
Agree. It makes no sense. I don't understand it. It's scary though. I agree.
So if there's an opportunity to reduce that type of an experience with the crowd and then the best way to do that is a curfew, then
And
I'm for
enforcing
a
a
curfew.
curfew.
Yeah.
I mean, and let the police do their job.
But I'm not afraid, and I feel as protective as I am of Indiana, I'm protective of Chicago as well, and I do get
I agree.
frustrated with the attitude, you know, somebody had said to me a couple years ago who was living in Tennessee, they're like, oh, it must be so terrible.
Right.
In Chicago
I'm never
right now.
going to Chicago
Right.
again.
And
I mean, you're right. We find ourselves defending Chicago too. I do
Yeah.
too.
For
sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And I'm like, you know, my kids play baseball down the
Yep.
street. I walk to the pool. I mean, this is all
Right.
in the city.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
People forget the city's a big place, and there's
My
some
mom-
bad parts and some good parts.
Like
and
my
some-
mom and her friend from California came out for our festival last year, and I put them up in Chicago for one day, and they were both so nervous. I was like, I'm putting you guys up. I'm taking you down. You're going to see this great city. And
Yeah.
they freaking walked away, and they loved it. They did the
Well, that's
architecture
that
tour,
just
all
goes
that.
to tell you what like
Right.
media.
It's like
can-
because the media just
That's
pounds it in your head. This is a dangerous place, and they get there and they're like super nervous. It's like, guys, chill. You guys are in
Yeah.
a beautiful city. It's
And meanwhile, you know, per capita, murders were higher in Detroit and
Oh,
St.
sure.
Louis.
Oh, yeah, there's a
and
million
so
places,
so you know, somebody chose Chicago as the city to dump on. For
Well, though, I mean, they think it's been known forever as like the city of Al Capone, right?
Yeah.
So it's,
Well,
it has that reputation.
Yeah.
And it's
Indiana
just been
dumps
like
on
that.
Chicago though.
Sure.
Like downstate especially.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
the funny,
Oh.
funny
I know.
thing. It goes both ways. It
I
really
know.
does. Yeah, like Southern Indiana, they dump on the region and Chicago at the same time.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I don't know. There's a lot going on, but
Yeah.
so what's the biggest audience you've performed in front of?
I think about 400.
Really nice. Well,
Yeah,
you-
I'm looking at this list of places you perform. What's your
Unbelievable. I like the place that you were at Zanies
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Where's
wonderful.
that
and the
one?
Laugh Factory.
They're Zanies is there's a Rosemont location and there's an Old Town location.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite person you've opened for?
I don't know. Patty Vasquez is one of the best comedians. Period. And by the way, there's a comedian who should be famous who's not, but her name is Amy Sumter, and she's one of the funniest human beings on the face of the earth. And she's
Really?
from
Wow.
Chicago.
No.
And she's literally, if you ever have a chance to see Amy Sumter,
Amy Sumter.
go see her. She's
Get her down for a show in Hammond.
Amazing.
What about Vergardi? You go there or
Where?
you're clean? Are you clean? I mean, no. There's some comedians.
I am
that,
pretty clean.
yeah. Pretty
I mean,
clean.
I've got some.
'Cause
I can go either way. All of my here's the thing: if you craft jokes so that they can be clean, you can perform anywhere.
Right.
Like Jim Gaffigan I've
Right.
seen him several times. Doesn't swear
At all.
No, not vulgar.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
He's
crying,
funny.
laughing.
But my
Yeah.
guess is that if he were in a situation where he could, his jokes are adaptable so that he can.
I'm sure.
Huh.
Yeah.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's how I
interesting.
try to write.
Wait,
Yeah.
you have a show coming up this Friday in Lake County?
I do. I'm going to
What?
be
This
at
is
the.
incredible.
Oh my gosh! I'm going to be at the show for St. Jude House
At Lake County Fairgrounds.
and for
Yeah.
a great cause.
Really?
We got to
Yeah.
put this in the chat.
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, how did we get tickets for this?
You
Right here, Eventbrite.
There
right?
you go.
That's awesome.
Right there.
John's going to put it in the chat, so anybody wants to see
Yeah.
Colleen live
I'd love to see
doing
that.
some
Yeah.
standout.
Oh, it's looking like it's sold out.
Uh-oh.
Oh my
I
gosh.
believe in the secondary market.
I agree.
Yeah.
StubHub.
StubHub.
Well, I'm putting it in the
StubHub
chat
for this
anyways.
Friday.
This is awesome. Dick Diamond's playing.
Oh my God,
All right.
Dick Diamond's great
Yeah,
too.
and-
You're gonna love
Wow.
them.
And Mickey Housley, who's amazing, and Patty Vasquez are
Awesome.
going to be
Ah.
on as well.
So
I'm just the lowly comedian in that line.
That's awesome.
You're
You're gonna love Dick Diamond and Dusters too. They're a great band.
Cool.
Yeah, they
They
played
got
the fest
cool
a number of
energy.
times. Yeah.
They've got a lot of
Awesome.
energy.
tickets were $125 to $2,000.
It's a
I'll take the
charity.
$125 one.
Holy, Colleen!
Hey,
It's not
going
me.
to-
You're not a
it's going to
comedian for
St.
the working
Jude.
class.
You are. This is awesome.
Comedy night driven by Toyota of Maryville. This is great at the fairgrounds this Friday.
Yeah, awesome.
6 to 10 p.m. Well, for those of you that already have tickets, have fun.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Yeah.
Hi. I'll
Sounds
be
like you
there.
need to. Maybe you can add another show.
This is not me. This is Buffy Adams, who works at St.
Yeah,
Jude House.
Buffy's-
Yeah.
She talked about doing something like that with mayors too. By the way.
Good.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah,
That's
she-
awesome.
yeah.
Please do not let Dad do stand up. Oh,
Oh,
my God.
come on.
That would be the one night I could actually. I could get a pass for the stuff I said. So. It's like, hey, I was being funny. Yeah.
So if we can't see you this Friday, your next show looks to be at the Comedy Shrine, right?
Yeah, I'm at the Comedy Shrine Memorial Day weekend, opening for James Camacho.
Awesome.
All right.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
awesome.
you.
Well, thanks for coming on Lockpod. It's great to see you again.
My pleasure. It was
Yeah, we
really
gotta
fun
do
being
this
in
again.
studio
Live.
with you guys.
I'm
Yeah.
glad we got to, pump your show up on Friday. So we do have a lot of region people that probably be stopping by and saying hi. So congrats.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's great
And
to see you, Colleen.
Thank
And-
you so much.
And Defending Indiana, it comes out every new episode Fridays?
Every 2 weeks.
Every
We're
2
on an
weeks?
every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And our next episode comes out tomorrow. We
Awesome.
come out twice a month Wednesdays. I can't
Okay.
measure
Defending
time.
Thank you for
Indiana.
defending Indiana.
Defending Indiana.
We'll defend Chicago over here too.
yeah.
I promise. So
Okay.
We love the city. You
Just
live in.
defend. Let's just be nice.
We have like a mutual defense pact between us.
I like that.
I
Wow.
like that.
I
yeah.
like that.
It's a treaty.
That's
It's a
why
treaty.
people listen to
called a
Lockpod.
treaty.
We're the beacon of truth. Don't forget
Thank goodness
that.
you'll
So-
be in the
I'm gonna-
Senate to help vote for these treaties.
Yeah, I will confirm that Senate through the Senate. So
Tom McDermott,
that's right.
beacon of truth.
The beacon of truth. Yeah,
Lockpod.
people listen to Lockpod for the truth, Colleen. So yeah. So thanks for coming on our show.
Thank
It's
you
great
so
to see you
much.
again.
Oh, it's great being here.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Great show
Yes.
today. Lindsay, great to see you again, babe.
Peace
And
out.
John Vez, another successful show.
The Bez.
Coming live from Lockpod. This is Mayor Tom saying thanks everybody for listening. We'll be back on air Friday. Take care, everybody.